live stream about Sliver Reed knitting machine, and this model is SK280. So glad to see you in the live stream, and this is the live stream about teach you guys how to operate the knitting machine to weave different patterns, and these days we will design a teaching step, a teaching theme about how to operate the knitting machine to make the teaching punch card. And this one, this is the punch card we usually use on the SK280. If you have the knitting machine which needs the punch card to weave the patterns, you can stay in my live stream and let's study together about how to use the punch card and the knitting machine to weave different patterns, okay? And if you guys have any question about the knitting machine or the knitting, you can send the message in my live stream, and you can also contact me by the TikTok and the YouTube channel. And you guys can also contact me by the WhatsApp, and this is our shop, www.diymao.com, and this is my email address. If you guys are curious about the knitting machine, you can find me by these 3 ways, okay? And today we are going to show you how to weave the number 3 punch card to weave patterns named face. 老师，这是什么花？
提花。
要换颜色吗？
换色的，就是双色提花。双色提圈提花。
And this punch card we need 2 different colors of yarns. And today's live stream we will teach you how to change the colors during your weaving the fabrics on the knitting machine, okay? So let's take the knitting machine out and start learning how to use knitting machine together. Hello everyone, and so nice to see you, and I'm so happy that so many friends who loves knitting or who are curious about the knitting machine in the live stream, and let's study together. And this is our address and numbers. You can find me by these 3 ways. You can take a screenshot and visit our shop, www.diymao.com. And now we are changing the colors, and we use another colors to weave the fabrics. And you can change the colors each 4 rows. After each 4 rows. And today we choose 2 different colors, and they are all green, but one is dark and one is lighter. Because I'm very like the green. It means life and energy and peace. So you can use knitting machine to weave different fabrics you like, and you can change different colors you like as well. The most important thing is that when you operating the knitting machine, you need to learn how to use the punch card. This is a punch card. It's very important for SK280. I think you guys who has the knitting machine like this, maybe the brother knitting machine or another model of SK280 or Silver Reed. If you have the punch card, you can stay in my live stream and let's study how to use the punch card on the knitting machine together. And if you have any question, thank you my friend. Thank you very much for your gift. And look at these fabrics, how fast that the knitting machine is, right? It is very efficient. So if you want to learn how to knit, but you have difficult that operate the needles by your hand, maybe you can consider about use the knitting machine. And if you learn how to use the knitting machine, you can use this machine to make the profits or the benefits by yourself. And you can make your design, or you can use your creativity to design different kinds of knitted project. Look at this knitting machine. It's very efficient, right? And it's very convenient to operate it. Just in a very short time, we have weaved a lot of rows of fabrics. And today I'm going to show you how to exchange the colors. And this is a yarn feeder, and in the main machine head there are two yarn feeder on this head. You can change two colors of yarns at the same time. But if you want to use more colors, you can use the yarn guide. Look at this yarn guide. And you can use this yarn guide to exchange different colors of yarns, and the most numbers colors of the yarn is 6 different colors of yarns at the same time. And you can change the color on the machine head, and there are 2 feeders on the machine head. Look at this one. So if you want to change colors, you can see how we change the colors during our weaving process. If you guys do not know how to exchange the colors, you can send a message to me, and our channel will update a lot of teaching videos for you. So you do not worry that if you have difficult by learning the knitting machine, because we will update a lot of tutorials for you. And look at this fabrics, it's very beautiful, right? And the green color is also very energetic. So welcome to my live stream, my friends. This is a live stream about Silver Reed knitting machine, and this model of knitting machine is our popular brand SK280. 这边2个，
要来试，
这边6个，
要来试一下吗？
等一下，
好的。
有人问我问题。And hi, and what we are doing now is to is to teach my friends who love knitting to operate the knitting machine and weave the fabrics. And the fabrics have different patterns, and you know how these patterns we weaved. We usually use this punch card. Look at this one. This is the punch cards that SK280 needs. And we usually use this punch card to weave different patterns on this main needle bed. And what we are doing now is to teach you how to weave the fabrics and how to weave different patterns by using the punch card, so that you can learn how to operate the knitting machine. And in the future, if you have learned how to use the knitting machine to weave these fabrics, then you can make different kinds of knitted projects, such as sweaters, blankets, and hats, and scarves, and so on. And what we want to introduce this knitting machine is that if you have the knitting machine, you will save a lot of time to learn how to knit, and you can make your creativity in the life more frequently. 可以，老师可以再继续质疑，因为有人问我问题，然后我跟他们聊一会儿。
你先跟聊。我怕它线不够，不是
线不够，线不够我再换个颜色呗。
可以，那我就不担心了，我把它
线个颜色。对啊，线不够我就换个那个灰蓝嘛。
行。
And today's theme is to teach you how to change different colors on the knitting machine. Because if you can change different colors, it means you can weave different and beautiful special patterns you want. Look at these fabrics, how beautiful! Because we changed 2 colors on the needle bed so that we can weave this special and beautiful green fabrics. And the different colors will make your patterns more beautiful and more outstanding, right? And thank you very much for your support, my friends. So if you guys have had the knitting machine, you can start your knitting with us together. And let's talk about the knitting machine and the experience of knitting, okay? And I am also the beginner of the knitting machine, and I will learn how to weave these fabrics later in the live stream. And we can start it together in the live stream. If you have any different question about knitting machine, or if you are curious about our knitting machine, or if you are considering about take a knitting machine home, you can contact us or visit the DIYMAO.com. This is our shop address, and you can take a look. If you have the brother knitting machine, you can also contact us, because we are also profession at the brother knitting machine. And if you have any question, or if you meet any difficulties about operating the brother knitting machine, you can also contact us, okay? And we will provide you with professional suggestions. And there is no difference between brother knitting machine and sliver knitting machine, because in the past these two brands are the same company. Look at this operation. It's very easy and it's very fast to learn operate this knitting machine. You just learn how to, you just remember these steps and repeat these actions. Then you will weave the fabrics in a very short time, and you can learn how to weave the sweaters, scarves, and so on by yourself. And compared with the hand making, I think knitting machine make your knitting process very easy, right? And look at these fabrics and look at this color. It's very beautiful. You can use this. You can use the different colors by yourself, and as depends on your favorite, depends on your love. Use different colors, and this knitting machine we can use 6 different colors at the same time, and you can use the different colors to weave special and beautiful sweaters and some knitted projects. Okay, in a very short time we have finished these fabrics, and now we are going to cut out the yarn and to close the edge of the fabrics. And now we are going to show you how to close the edge of our fabrics, and you can learn these skills of closing edge, and so that you can use these ways to. Okay, look at this one. Look at these fabrics. So beautiful, right? 那可不，我配的颜色必须的。有吗？
这颜色蛮漂亮。
Look at this green fabrics. It's very beautiful and special, right? We just use 2 different colors and use this punch card. And we just use this punch card and use the 2 different colors to weave these fabrics in a very short time. It's very easy to learn how to operate a knitting machine like this. So now, 老师慢点啊，教他们收针，每次就是收慢一点。And now we are going to teach you how to close the edge of our fabrics. And you can use these ways to close any kinds of knitted projects. Okay, let's take a look. And you can take out your knitting machine and keep learning with us in the live stream.
油管的那个视频往前推，那个视频无所谓，你把油管的视频往前推，不就看到细节了？
对啊，我真的往前，我都放大了。
哦，先推一下。
And hello, welcome to my live stream, my friend. This is a live stream about our knitting machine named Sliver Reed, and this model of knitting machine is SK280. So if you guys are curious about knitting machine, you can stay in my live stream, and in the live stream you can learn how to operate the knitting machine. If you guys have already had a knitting machine like this, you can start your learning and operating the knitting machine with us in the live stream. And we can also talk about the knitting machine and the experience of knitting in the live stream as a friend, right?
你在拿啥？
好像。
是你要织的毛线是吧？听一下。
Okay, now we have close edge of our fabrics. Look at this patterns, it's so beautiful. And you just need to use the punch card. And then you will finally have a pattern like this. And you can use these patterns to weave your sweaters and scarves and hats and bags and so many things you can image. And okay, let me show you these beautiful fabrics, and this is the back side of our fabrics. It's very special, and you just need 2 colors, and finally you will have these special patterns. And this is our teaching punch card, and this is the back side, and this is another side of our fabrics. You can use any side you like to weave the sweaters like this. And now I'm going to learn how to weave these special patterns by my teacher, and she will teach me how to use this punch card to finish this fabrics learning. Okay, let's start it together in the live stream. If you have the knitting machine, take out your knitting machine and let's start it together, okay? Oh, and I will use these 2 colors to weave these fabrics, and these 2 colors are also very beautiful, right? And it's very suitable for autumn. Hi, my friend. Hi, welcome to my live stream. And this is the live stream about Sliver Reed, and it is a knitting machine. We usually use this knitting machine to weave our fabrics in a very short time, and it's very easy to operate, and it's very convenient, and it's very efficient. You can use a knitting machine to weave anything you want, and it's very easy to learn how to operate a knitting machine. And if you have learned the knitting machine, and it will save you a lot of time, and it is a good partner for you to design different kind of knitted project. If you are a knitting enthusiast, I think having a knitting machine like this is very good choice. And now we are going to learn how to weave fabrics like this by using our punch card. Look at these fabrics. It's very beautiful, right? And we use 2 different colors to weave these fabrics. So if you guys are curious about knitting machine, you can visit our shop www.diyml.com, and this is my WhatsApp number. You can take a screenshot and save it, and find me by these 3 ways. Okay, I'm going to study. 罗琳在穿什么鞋啊？
我想要不我先织这个，你在那先说。
也行。
我织好了以后，你待会儿再说。
And now we are going to weave the second different patterns by using this punch card. Okay, let me show you this punch card. Look at this punch card. It's also very special, and I think the little card is a magical card, because you can use this card to make 24 stitches as a group, and weave and choose any size of the knitted projects you want. This is the teaching punch card. If you guys purchase our knitting machine, we will give you 20 Redden teaching punch card for you as gift. Any question about our knitting machine are very welcome in the live stream, and you can ask me any question about it. And if you are curious and want to know more details about our knitting machine, you can search www.diyml.com by yourself. And this is our shop address, www.diyml.com. Thank you very much for your gift. And if you can learn how to use a punch card and the Sliver Reed knitting machine, you can weave different patterns. Look at these patterns. It's very cute, and it's about 3 cute cats. And you can also design the punch card by yourself. If you love drawing, or if you love drawing different pictures or take different pictures, you can use your picture as a punch card, and finally weave your pictures. Look at these beautiful colors. It's special, right? So take part in our chatting group, and we will update a lot of punch cards on our shop, and you can keep following our shop address, and we will update a lot of beautiful patterns. We will update a lot of beautiful patterns and punch card. Look at this cherry. It's also very beautiful, right? If you love these different patterns, please keep on following our shop address, www.diyml.com, and our channel will also update a lot of teaching videos for you. So if you have knitting machine, you can keep following us. 妈的，说累了。
行，不着急。
主要是刚才人还挺多的。
什么时候把你来的？有一些。
没兴趣。就来了就来了呗。
突然不说话，我在那想，我可能来。
来就来呗，正常工作呀。
想是这么想啊。虚惊一场。今天看来也就那么回事。
对啊，有啥好那个？
我不就跟布拉提里摇来一样。可以。哎，你当好看呢？
在那边前面吗？
吸一下。
哎，老师，他这个是用的什么线啊？怎么这么透呀？
马毛。
哦。
这条围巾我织过。
啊？
我织过，我到以前在那个博客上有的，我织了都卖掉了。我织过，它那里面好多围巾我都织。那个时候，国内还没有形成像现在这个样子，都是在那个网易微博上面嘛，那什么都是免费的。但是这条披肩不好看。
Thank you for sharing my. Thank you, my friend. Thank you very much for sharing my live stream. It's so nice to see you again in my live stream. And this is still the live stream about Sliver Reed. And today's model is still SK280, our old friend, and it's also very popular. And now in my live stream, we are going to show you how to use the knitting machine to weave different patterns of fabrics. And for me, I am also a beginner of learning operating the knitting machine. And this is our second pattern that we will show you, and we will show you after 20 different patterns of punch cards. And the SK280, this model of knitting machine, the biggest advantage of this model of knitting machine is it's very smooth to operate and it's very stable. Look at this man needle bed. The material of our needle bed is liver, so it's very stable. If you can take a good care of this knitting machine, you can use this knitting machine for a very long time, even decades. And it's very smooth and it's very easy to operate. Compared with other models of knitting machine, SK280 just need the punch card and can finally make different picture patterns of fabrics. And these days we have already with wow, your mother are very fashion, my friend. She had knitting machines. So I think if your mother has a knitting machine, maybe you can study the knitting machine as well and use your mother's knitting machine to weave different kinds of knitted projects. So let's start learning how to use the knitting machine in the live stream, okay, my friend? I'm so glad that you guys have going to get okay. I'm so glad that you remember me, my friend, and so glad to see you again in my live stream. And look at this fabric. This one is very easy to weave. You just need the punch card, and we have finished these fabrics just now in few minutes. Yes, it's very smooth to operate and it's very easy to learn, and it can save your time. If you have the look at this cherry, and you can design the punch card by yourself, and you can use the picture about cherry to this little card. Look at this cherry patterns. You can use these patterns to weave sweaters, hats, and bags, and so on. Look at this cherry, it's very beautiful, right? These patterns, this is the dolphin, and this cartoon pattern is also very cute. So these patterns are all made by SK280, our clever friend. Yes. So if you guys are curious about our knitting machine, you can keep following our account and YouTube channel. And if you want to know more details about our knitting machine, my friend, and you can add my WhatsApp number, or you can visit our shop, and our shop address is www.diyml.com. And you can also find me by WhatsApp number. In my WhatsApp number, we will share different patterns of punch card for you. And if you love the dolphin patterns, you can add my WhatsApp number, and I will send the punch card for you as a PDF for free, okay? Okay, my friend, I will show you another cute pattern. This pattern is also very cute, right? And you can use these patterns to weave the sweaters or the hats or scarves and so many kinds of knitted projects you like. You can use this punch card to create some different kind of projects. And if you love these patterns and if you want this punch card patterns, you can find me by this number. My WhatsApp number is this one, and you can save message to me. I will send the punch card patterns as a PDF for free. And look at this little bell. The little bell is also very cute, right? So if the little bell on your sweater, I think you will become you can become a superstar, and it's very special. So these patterns are all weaved by our SK280, and you just need a little time. You just need a little time to design the picture and the punch card. And finally, you will finish a knitted project in a very short time. It's very efficient. So if you have a lot of different yarns, or if you are a knitted enthusiast, I think having a knitting machine is a very good choice for you, because it can help you make huge benefits, right?那个姐妹说她现在在攒钱，她在攒钱呢。Hopefully, I don't have the patience for a project.
你跟他再聊吧。
Oh, Jane. Okay, Jane P. It's very easy to learn how to operate a knitting machine. And look at this. Look at this operation. You just need to pull and push the machine head, and then you will finally get fabrics in a very short time, compared with the needles by your hand. I think knitting machine will save you a lot of time, and you will wait less and get more different kinds of knitted projects. Thank you very much. And the biggest advantage of our SK280 is that you just need this punch card, and finally send the punch card in the card reader in the middle of our knitting machine, and you will finally have the fabrics, and you can weave the different kinds of knitted projects in a very short time. It saves your time, and you can keep more energy on the creativity in your life. Compared with hand making, I think knitting machine can speed up your knitting process, right? And you can also use the knitting machine to make a big benefit for yourself. Okay, now we have finished our second teaching punch card, and now we are closing the edge of our fabrics. You can also, if you guys want to learn how to close the edge of fabrics, you can take a look and find how we operate the last rows of our fabrics. I think it's a very good way to close the edge of the fabrics. And if you guys have better way about how to close the last edge of our fabrics, you can send a message to me, and let's talk about the experience of operating the knitting machine, okay? And if you guys want to know more details about our knitting machine, you can add my WhatsApp number, and if you add my WhatsApp number, I will send the punch card patterns as PDF for free. and you can share your knitted projects for me also. We can talk about friends, and we can talk about a lot of topics about knitting machine, right? Thank you, JP. I think if you have a knitting machine like this, you will find the interesting of create different kinds of knitted projects, because I think you just like the artist who use the pencil or the brushes to create the pictures on the paper, right? You can use the tools and the yarns on the needle bed to create the pictures which belongs to you only. So welcome to my live stream. It's so nice to see you, my friends. This is a live stream about Sliver Reed knitting machine, and the model of our knitting machine is SK280. The biggest advantage of our knitting machine is that it just depends on the punch card, so that you can create different patterns in a very short time. You are welcome, my friend, and thank you very much for following us, and we will update a lot of interesting videos for you guys. Thank you very much for your support.
这个花针就是往中间抽的，所以力度一定要大。
Okay, let me show you our second fabrics. Look at this fabrics, and it's also used the punch card to create the special patterns. Look at this one, and this pattern is very suitable for the sweaters because the thickness is very big, and you can use this pattern to weave the sweaters in the winter. Now I'm going to learn how to weave the fabrics, and I will use these two colors and this thickness of the yarns to weave the fabrics. Okay, let's try. And if you have the knitting machine, you can take out your knitting machine and let's study together in the live stream. Okay?
今天人是不是特别多？
还可以吧，每天都差不多这样的人群，行程固定的就也还好。
但是今天你讲的特别多。
因为有人跟我互动，
哦，
我就必须得说话，不说话不行。上次那个开店的那个女生又来了。
啊，就是那个尼日利亚的。
不是那个尼日利亚的，是那个美国的。
美国的。
就有个毛线店的。
那不蛮好吗？
他在攒钱吧，估计。拉一把，拉一把。
来一把。
Okay, I am going to learn how to weave today's pattern card.
60这个了。
And I will use these two colors. Okay, first I'm going to install my yarn. Let's take a look.
你拿你哪个做底色啊？
随便。
啊，行。
卡住是卡这个吗？穿这边是吧，老师？
对对，您用了那边那个线嘴就穿这个。
Okay. Okay, I have finished my installing of the yarn. So
哎，这人有一个问 ，If you are interested， 啥个字？
啊，不是，这个是那个我们的主页
哦，
说的。有些织这个吧。
哎，就织那个。
那个卡是这个吗？
对，是这张卡，4行一换色啊，4行。
插上花卡。
哎，先起针，起针以后你再加，养成这个习惯，因为到主腹肌的时候，那上面是不能插花卡的。推啊，推针呐。
我以为你推了。
没有，推了不就勾到你衣服上了？60针，16 leaders 对吧？是不是这么说的？
对。这是中间。
对，左30，右30。哪儿啊？这上面不是有数字吗？它一个针帽就是10针呐。
哪个？
这是零中心嘛？这一个针帽就是10针，一个针帽它这个间距就是10针。
那我再来。
那不是有30吗？它是3，你把那3个弄上去。
针帽前面还是针帽？
针帽前面。
这边啊？
内侧就是30针，这边应该好像是多了。
这个针。
60针吧，好了，够了。绕线起针。
我每次绕线都有点搞不懂。
像不是对了吗？哎呀，这个刚刚开始，绕几次就会了。
每次绕针都要想一下。
经常的。
卡顿。
有人给你鼓掌。哟，这给你送不少礼物，502。
什么502？
我也不知道。对，就这样子，绕吧。
你做过了是吗？
不要，我这口腔再用。
Okay, now we start the first row. And this is the way about how to start your first row of the fabrics. And now I am showing you how to use the yarns to start the first row of the fabrics. And I am also the beginner of operate the knitting machine. And the number of stitches I have start is 60 stitches. If you practice for about 3 times or 4 times, you will very familiar with the way of start the first row of fabrics.
Okay.
Okay, and划一下是吧？
哎，划一下就稍微划一下，推动机头慢一点啊，不着急，推吧，没事儿。好，那个边针出来了，端针就是线有点抽紧了。我给你调一下，这儿。 稍微调大一点。
嗯，
它数字越大，数字越小，密度越大。哎，这个地方是这样的。
把它勾进去是吧？
对。这针可以，这针不行。
这针刮到丝了。
刮到丝了，啊。
这针好像有点，这针。
那针可以的，不要紧，那针不要紧，然后再把它推出来，就这样的，卡住，对，卡住。
哦，就跟昨天那个一样。
跟昨天那个一样操作。这一针这个线端这样绕过来，就卡住了。到时候你就直接剪就行了。还是样片嘛，但是那个测试织衣服不知道怎么操作了，样片可以怎么操作？对对 ，right， 也只能说 right 了。
或者说 good 也行。
good 也行。推过来。对，再推一行。它这个要来回推4行，第5行织过以后，你就开始卡那个针梳了，可以。哎，慢点，你看见上面，你看这个线架上面，抬头你看一下呀，马上它就紧了嘛，它太紧了，哎，没别的。好了，就这样，把边上2针推一下吧，刚才的就按刚才那样的操作推一下。
这个好像有点挂那个。
挂丝了是吧？挂丝就把它推出来。哎，好好看。
是把它推到针绳后面吗？
那你看这几针都那，看见没？先要把它这个推过去，这样的就是拉那个线嘛，然后这个边针就好弄了。推过来，是不是在针绳后面了？
再推一行。
再推一行，还是那样推一行，推一行过来你就可以不需要了。溜了。慢慢的，好，行了，然后你就可以那个什么了，挂你那个什么了，挂那根铁丝了。你再推过去一行吧，这个就不需要了，直接推过去好了。对，好，然后把那个针梳，就像昨天一样的卡进去。50，左50右50，对好的，正好100针。
这样可以吧？
可以啊。对。
插进去吗？
插进去。错一下。来，你看好，哎，对，那个可以往边上拉一下，
戳哪儿啊？
看好。
戳这儿。
你不戳，你要戳到那个针上，你怎么戳的？就戳这儿，插这儿，插住。插下面，离稍微下面一点，不就好插点了？这边已经插上了。
哦，这样子啊。
那个往下。
这没插上了。
插上了，再拿出来。它那个很容易插上去的。
我觉得我还是挂那玩意儿。
那个是主丝，看见没？哎，这样的下去。把它都插进去了，好了。这个没问题了，穿吧。
每次都不会插这个。
我跟你说，你最好经常展示这个，因为那个要另外拍的。这个是不需要的，他买套机的时候就跟了。他就知道哦，这个东西的功用在主机上是可以使用的。好，这不就出来了？然后向上顶一下，穿过去，再拉过来挺紧的啊， 慢一点啊，用劲。这一行要用很大的劲。哎，好，再推过去就轻松了。好了，这个时候就给松了，挂你那个什么吧，可以挂小扁锤了。
等一下，这个
你不要紧的，那个编针。就可以挂扁锤了。它就只能那样挂，是的。好，再拉过来吧。随时看着这个线，你的紧了。如果它是这个样子了，你就往外拉一下，就在这儿往外拉一下就可以了。啊，擦你的花卡吧，擦花卡。好了，可以了，转。往下，往下，往下，还要往下，还要往下。好，你把那个卡扣。
这个好像。
带2个洞啊，它那边有2个固定的洞，你就串那个什么扣在一起就可以了。先扣下面的，然后再把上面的合上去，不就完了？它那2个孔是固定的。对，就这么卡上去好了。调到1。
这样。
是的，考完后把那个花卡锁定杆锁定，拨在 S 位。好，行，把侧凸轮杆打开。
这个。
哎，2侧都打开。好，推动机头编织1来回，不要调，不要调，推动机头编织1来回。
这个要那个吗？
这个不需要，你现在这个是平针编织，是记忆花卡。
哦，记忆花卡就是推1个来回。
推1行实际上，但是你不是习惯在这边开始吗？
然后
再推回来呗。哎，好。
记忆好了之后。
记忆好了以后。
这个要拨吗？
这个要拨开。
把它拨回去啊。
对，拨到那个对，然后这个地方打开了，拨到 T 位呀，极圈位，然后那个密度调到最大，你都不用想，只管往上拨不动为止。好，可以。然后那边推出2针来，对向机头推出2针，对，推动机头编织1行。这边再推。这看好，拉一下，不用紧，那个你不用管，它那个是线的问题。好，推吧，轻松多了，对吧？它就是线一定要长，然后再过去，再推。
推4行是吧？
对，2个来回吧。然后，好。好，换线。这个直径的，不要绞，这个地方不能打绞。这个地方绝对不能绞。然后拉住线端，那头推出来。哎，你不要跟着它机头走啊。然后这个。它是这样才能推出来的嘛。你这次挂在这儿就行了，挂一下。看啊。这个时候就是这个就自始至终打开了。不动了，因为你每隔2行你都要换色的，你就不要把它锁掉。看，它是这样子的啊，这样放，只能在这儿绞，上面不能绞。再推出来，这只手是这样拿的，然后另外一只手推。这么推，哎，省力， 推吧，没事儿，是不是省力多了？然后推出这边来，再换一只手呀，哎，换个手，再那样的推，然后这样，哎，好，可以了，对吧？哎，好，再推，它是4行嘛，这边还要推2行，哎，推2层，推，这边再推，好，推过来。推的时候不要抓这儿，是这样子，这样握着推就轻松。你这样推的话，整个一个肩是弓起来的。换线，你看我给你换线啊，看好，我换线啊。先这样，然后滑动机头，这个就松开来了，然后再，一会儿我们都是推这儿的，不推那个地方，对吧？然后你随时换手没有关系的，然后你看好再换线，再换线，它从内侧换啊，都是从内侧换的。拉一下机头，它这个线就出来了。然后你自始至终一只手是这样子，哎，那边推机头，推正，对，这只手，哎，对，推过去，哎，好，在这边推正，好，换那只，哎，对，然后，对，就这么推，这样稍微轻松一点。你也可以松开它，不要紧的，它就是一根线，哎，对，再推。
换线。
换线，换线的时候先把它拿出来，然后这个是这样换上去的，有一根线是在外面，有一根线是在内侧的，自始至终这2根线，那这上面不要这样，不能这样子的，那就这样的好了，然后你那边就推好了，这块推正，这个打下来，哎，对。手往下放，不要放上头，放上头它一拉就把那个线给拉出来了。OK 了。好，换线，先把线拿出来，先取出来，就不要去管它那个，只要它在哎，它只要在这儿就行了，然后再哎对。然后推动机头，滑一下，它就出来了。推机头的时候，时时刻刻要看这个方向架。哎，错了，对，就这样，它上面的线不能搅在一起的，发动机头，哎，把它弄起来。那个不管了呀，这个不织了呀，你去拉它干嘛了？你织的是那个什么颜色了？淡色了。哎，好，可以推动机头。再换，可以啊，对呀，就这么换。从里走里面，走内侧，走内侧。哎，对。然后滑动一下机头。 好了。推吧。对了啊，对，那根先拉一下，是的。好，推过来。可以了。朋友们，165人在线看你拿视频，哎，反了，不对，哎，对，这样，对，然后那边推起来。不用拉那么长，太长了也不好的，太长了它会它的搭卷了。